So Bitcoin's making a bounce, but then it's crashing again, all in the same day. Do you think Bitcoin's ever going to make it out of here? It's just doing these wild swings, wild swings. What is happening to Bitcoin? I mean, look, we had the crash, we had the big bounce in one day, short squeeze, and then we came down again, went to the same place again, created a panic. What's going on with Bitcoin? Plus, I'm going to show you one coin that's poised to take off. That is red hot. That has stayed up all this time. Better than any other coin, what we call a beach ball, better than any coin during this dump, right? It's hitting new all-time highs just yesterday, right? And pulled back a little, but still ready to take off. So what was my call? I said, look, we're going to do a short squeeze to 115 to 116K. Said that in my Discord 3 times. And I said it in my video 2 days ago as well. I never said we're going to cross and keep going. I said we're going to get rejected 116K because this was a short squeeze. And then we went hit, short squeeze, and then boom, came down right to 110K today. And now they're trying to save this. So the reason why this doesn't look like a happy situation is partly because, look at this. Whenever you do a dump, I know there's a wick here to close at 116K for the week because Trump tweeted, oh, I'll walk back the 100% tariffs on China. But the problem is you still have this massive red candle here, and usually then it doesn't look good. What I've been saying about Bitcoin trading in the range is something like this. The range is basically 122K, 123K, let's call it, all the way down to something like probably 105 or even 100K. Because if you look at Bitstamp exchange, USDT, right? Bitcoin USDT went to 100K. If you look at Binance, went to 101K. If you look at Bitunix, which is a bit more honest, went to 104.5K, right? This is a US dollar price, not USDT. So this one doesn't fluctuate. But nobody buys Bitcoin using US dollar. You'd have to, I don't know, send them cash in a from a bank and then try to buy Bitcoin. So this kind of a chart is rare. I use it mainly because this one goes back all the way to the start of Bitcoin at 2012. I use it only because it's got 2012 prices on there. But basically, if you look at the USDT, Bitcoin USDT, not USD, but any of the USDT charts, they all got smashed down to like 101, 100K, right? Something like 104.5 from Bitunix is actually pretty honest. And here's the thing. So then we don't know how big the range is. I mean, we know that the top of the range is at 122.6. So that's called 123. We don't know where the bottom of the range is. It could be here, could be here, could be here. So usually I'm expecting swings like for a few weeks in here before we break up. And that is because of the theory I've been saying compared to the last 3 crashes we've had. Before we get onto that theory, let me just show you guys quickly something you'd be happy about knowing. So what happened today was, this is the price of Atom on, and by the way, we caught the culprit. We have caught the culprit of who caused the crash. Who did we say caused the crash? Pablo said it's CZ from Binance. I pinned it on that one guy. I've been saying it in my Discord. I've been saying it in this these videos publicly. The reason why I say it's him is because only he has the power to do this kind of crash. And you've all seen this in my Discord or on Twitter or in my videos, that they crashed the price of Atom, right? Atom chain, layer 1, down to 0.001. Like that's a rounding error. If someone told you this thing is worth $0.001, you'd be like, oh, so it's practically zero then. It's not even 1 cent. It's 1/10 of a cent, right? It's 1/10 of a penny, right? So practically zero. And then they fixed it. They fixed the chart, right? They put the price down to, a wick down to like a low, $2.70. Oh my God. See this wick down? They said high was $4.19, low was $2.70. They tried to crash everyone out, flash everyone out down to 0.001. And then they came in, they fucking said, oh, the price of that low was 2.7. If you're a new trader and you didn't know that was what Binance did, if you came in and started trading on Binance, you would have seen, oh my God, price was only went down to 2.3. Yeah, that was a bad crash, but you see that in the stock markets quite often. No, the crash was 0.0001. Like if you didn't go cross margin, if you did not go cross margin, then nobody survived that. Nobody survived that, right? But what's Bitcoin going to do, and what's the one hot altcoin that I'm looking at? Before we answer those questions, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Jimenez use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means the exchange can't even see who you are. That means the IRS can't see you, tax office can't see you, FBI, CIA, nobody can see you. That's why Pablo trades with them, and I made this deal with them, right? Exclusive to Pablo's link, went up to 120,000 US dollars just by trading, and get 20% more just by depositing. Deposit $100, get 20 US dollars bonus. Deposit $1,000, get $200 futures bonus. Limited time only, folks. This deal finishes on October 16th. Evening of October 16th. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then the link is in the description below. On YouTube, the link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, such as this one or any other platform, just click on my profile page and there is my link tree or stand link. When you click on that, should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But remember, this deal is only on the Pablo Jimenez link. Only on the Pablo Jimenez link. Okay, so basically, another example, I showed you guys that this coin called IOTX, it's like a DeFi coin, right? They literally crashed it from like 2 cents. It was like trading at these are 15-minute charts. 2.4 cents, 2 cents, then boom. This was 0.00000, 5 zeros, and we still couldn't see what the decimal point was. We still couldn't see what the decimal point was. It was 5 zeros. 5 zeros, right? That's as basically zero, as close to zero as you can get. And then they fixed it. They fixed it, man. They fixed it. So now it's gone from 5 zeros to 0012. 0012. For a coin that was trading at 3 cents, this looks like, yeah, there was a bottom when there actually wasn't a bottom, right? And now, boom, it's bounced to 0.16, right? 0.16. Basically, this was 0.012. Now it's bounced to 1.6 cents. It's just full of examples, fucking examples like this, right? So what I wanted to tell everyone was that basically, I told everyone, people might wonder, how come Pablo didn't call this? I said there was a problem. Well, the reason why I couldn't call crash is I couldn't tell you that on this particular day, these coins like this are going to go to 5 digits, 6 digits, zero. We don't know how many more zeros after this. It only shows the computer. The system only displays 5 zeros. I couldn't tell you that a coin like Atom, which was trading at $4 to begin with, right, would go to 0.001, 1/10 of a cent. Who could have told you that? Who could have told you that? Nobody. Yeah, I didn't think they would be so brazen and so fucking crazy, right? That's just greed on another level. What I did warn folks was this. As humanly possible as I could, I said, look, folks who are in my Discord and who follow my videos know I've said this. I said, when we pump through here, we should usually just get a clean break and go. It's bad when you pull back. You do a little fake out. Look at this. This was the all-time high. You do a little fake out, close above, build people's confidence, and then you bring it back, right? That's a sign we're going down, right? And I said that because this was what I call a bearish engulfing pattern, because the red candle is larger than the green candle, and he do it at a new all-time high, so I said we're going down. But I said we're going down like this. This took like 3 weeks to go down, right, to 107K. This same situation, right? You flirted with a new all-time high. It was a fake out, and then red candle down, red much bigger than the green, so it's bearish engulfing pattern. And so basically I said, okay, we're going to go down, but I was expecting like this, like this, like this, like this, like maybe then take 2 weeks, bounce off 114K, bounce off 116K support, and we bounce. I did not expect we go boom like this, right? And this chart is understated. It went to 101.9K here on the Binance chart. I did not expect us to go down this much in one day. Why didn't I expect us to go down this much in one day? Because nobody expects Binance to do something as fucking dumb as this. This is criminal. A trending Twitter hashtag right now is called CZ back to jail. Back to jail for CZ. This is criminal. So they got scared and they fixed their chart. They turned this into this. And now this image has gone viral, right? Has gone viral. So the other thing in my Discord and in my videos about 2 weeks or even 3 weeks before the dump was I warned about this situation. As you can see, this is basically the amount of leverage or open interest. That's the amount of futures trading in the system, right? And the amount of altcoins, I showed folks this before, the amount of altcoins open interest or amount of altcoin futures trading was getting much higher than Bitcoin. Therefore, it signals a lot of froth in the market. Last time this happened was in February-ish area, and market corrected right there. And now here again, it's happening, boom. So the amount of open interest or futures trading came back to normal here, around from 25 billion, cutting half to about 13 billion. Right. So when the futures market comes down a bit, then we have more chance of a normal price movement, right? So the reason why, I'll just emphasize this. I've been talking about this for the last 2 videos. What kind of situation we're in? We're now in a situation that's obviously a big leverage crash to clear out all the longs, and I compared to August 5th, 2024. That was the Japanese yen reverse carry trade freak out crash, right? Boom. Once this happens, then you can say this is sort of the range, right? Then price just goes boom, up to the top of the range, boom, down to the bottom range, up to the top of the range, boom, down to halfway through the range, and then we go up. Took what, like August 5th to say the bottom was here and the breakout was here. This is October 11th. So it took 2 months. 8 weeks, 9 weeks for us to get a move on. What's another one? Another one is the FTX. When FTX crashed, this was Bitcoin. November 10th, November 9th, November 10th, November 11th. When FTX crashed, people lost a lot of dough, and that day basically this was the range, right? And basically Bitcoin then bounced up to the top of the range, took out the bottom of the range, up to the top of the range again, came down to the bottom of the range, and eventually took off. So let's call this the bottom, December 30th to November 9th. Gee, that's like 7 weeks. That's another 7 weeks before it went up to resolve to the upside. Another one. This one is when everyone started to know about me because I kept on calling for 30,000 Bitcoin. Boom. We hit exactly 30,000. And that was the May 19 crash of 2021 when my videos started going viral. And so the range was between 43K and 30K. So it bounced instantly up to 42K the next day and then came down a few days later to 31K, bounced down to 31K, bounced up to 41K, and then took the low at 28K, and then bounce until we found the low July 20th, and then went up. So May 19th, July 20th. 2 months and 1 day. I would call that 9 weeks. This took 9 weeks before we got to move on, seriously, right? One more situation I'll compare to. This was the COVID crash, right? COVID crash, here was the range. Why didn't COVID crash do this up and down business and take 8 weeks and then move? Because the problem here was that you had the COVID lockdown, right? And because the economy was going to crash. But the Federal Reserve came out and the US government, president, I think this was Biden at the time, solved it. And Trump came in and did the same thing as well. This was Trump at the time. He solved it. Where is it? Biden. They basically came in and said, okay, COVID is here. Let's do unlimited. Federal Reserve said unlimited printing money, unlimited support for the U.S. government, U.S. economy, which means basically unlimited printing of money, unlimited quantitative easing, and when that happened, basically the government gave stimulus checks, $1,600 per American. So if you're a family of mom and dad, right, and you have 3 kids, that's $8,000. And they paid that twice. So that's $16,000 to get you, plus your job, to get you through COVID. So boom, Federal Reserve comes out, US government comes out, unlimited printing money, unlimited Federal Reserve checks, the government stimulus checks, boom, we bought them, and we just kept on going up. So comparing all those instances, which situation are we in? Are we in the sort of 8-week sideways swing and then go up? Or are we in this boom, major crash, and then we go V-shaped bottom straight up? Well, as I've been saying in my Discord, I think we are in this sort of crash. We're not in the V-shaped crash. Why is that? Because the problem simply did not go away. The problem was basically China and US are at loggerheads in this major trade war. I would say it's much bigger. It's actually battle of the century. It's actually the Super Bowl of human history, right? Basically China and US fighting it out to be the dominant power on earth. And one represents capitalism and democracy, because everyone gets to vote, so it's democracy. And one represents, you want to call it communism, you want to call it socialism, whatever, right? Most people don't even understand what's going on. They go, communism, whatever, right? So then on top of that, basically, it's basically the clash of Western civilization and Eastern civilization. And the outcome, the clash is what we're seeing right now. This is not ending unless they come to a deal. I don't think they're going to come to a deal this time. It's going to be like last time they didn't come to a deal. It was just basically they were drawing it out, delaying, and now we're seeing the results of it. So I don't think we're going to get a immediate response, immediate problem solved, V-shaped bottom, and up we go. I don't think we're going to get that. I think it's going to be like this, 7 to 9 weeks, then boom, up we go. But it'd be nice to get the bottom and during these 7 to 9 weeks, like this here, boom, 7 to 9 weeks, swing around, boom, up we go. So now, what is the one coin that I've been talking about? Have you been watching the charts? What's the one coin that's actually making new all-time highs as we speak right now? What's this coin doing? Making new all-time highs, making all the sellers regret. This is Wire, of course. Now, Pablo called it down here, made a 60x run, and then when it started going down, 80%. Look, they all always go down 80%. Like, this was 1 cent, went down to 0.02 cents, down 80%. People started freaking out. People started panicking. Pablo, what's happening with Pretty? Pablo, what's happening with Wire? What's happening, Pablo, right? And now, boom, it's back. Like, when was the crash? October 10th, something like this, October 11th. As it's crashing, basically, it didn't go any lower. As I was saying, higher high, higher low, and up we go. And boom, yesterday hit a new all-time high. Couldn't hold it, but it held at 0.86 cents. And today we're trading at almost 1 cent now. We're closing, if we close here, then we're closing a new all-time high. Like, it's pretty bullish. What's the reason? What is the reason? Well, the reason is because of this new concept they call neobank. Neobank is basically, neo meaning new bank. Basically, they call Plasma one neobank. These are some of the neobanks. Basically just means, all right, if you use a traditional banking service, basically they can't do stable coins, they can't do crypto, they're not going to give you any yields. If you send them stable coins, they can't do anything with it. Most of them can't even convert that into US dollars for you. If you want to use it to buy Bitcoin, whatever, it just doesn't help anybody who's got any amount of real wealth or money in crypto or stable coins, whatever. It just doesn't do anything, right? Whereas these things, they help you stake, they help you yield, and it's a real bank. It's not just like a DeFi website. It's a real bank. And when they do it, they basically that's what they call a neobank. But what they've missed in all of this is a Wire. Wire is actually trying to take over a real bank right now. It'll get the banking license if they're successful in the next 2 or 3 months and become a real bank. So Wire is a neobank, but valued only at like 8 mil. Catch you later, guys.